Okay, welcome back, folks. War of Dots. Damn, I should have asked the dude what his name was before he sent in this replay. Let me just hang on, give me a second here. Okay, so the message that JDude3160 sent to me. Hey Merlin, I'm a new player, wanting to see if this replay is something you would like to cast on YouTube. It's a 1v1v1. Okay, he's purple. All right, I think this is the right file. Can't tell. Blue is a good player and should have won, but red went full attack on him. Okay, we'll have a look. Okay, purple. So Jerry. Okay, at least I have a name that I can pronounce properly. And it's one of those names. I've got Steve. I've got yeah, we've already had Steve. I think I called the dude Bob at some point. I was intending to call the next person that I couldn't pronounce Todd, but we got Jerry now. Okay, nice. Oh, the other guy, Billy Bob. That was the that was the other guy that I haven't seen him since I don't know 2 months since I started playing the game. He was the dude that did like massive naval battles. Uh, I think in one of the very first videos which I casted, which wasn't my replays. Good times, good times. Okay, so we got Jerry in purple. He's our champion. Okay, so for this replay, I will speed it up by 2 times because it's a 1v1v1. I don't think it's going to be that long, judging by what he said in his message. And judging by the file replay. Okay, you know what? We won't speed it up. But what I will do is that because he's a new player, and I've said this before, usually it's the new players that will send in the replays. And then because they don't know any better, right? Of like what is a good replay or not. They'll send it in, they'll think that maybe it is, maybe interesting. And because of the way I record these videos, I don't watch the replays beforehand. What you see right here is me watching the replay for the first time ever. The only information that I have about this replay is whatever people send me in the Discord chat, like I read out to you just now, that message. That's it. So there's that. Um, yeah. And usually when I get replays like that, if it's like super not interesting at all and I'm not having fun like watching it, I just won't post it. I think there's like been almost half a dozen replays that I've recorded. Some of them go up to like, 30, 40 minutes and they all just get deleted. They never see the light of day because I don't see any point in posting it. But this time, because somebody actually did ask for like, help in analyzing his gameplay, no matter what happens with this one, I'm going to post this one. Um, it also has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that there was a major update that got posted and all the replays that I had that I was also going to look at got completely wiped. It's got nothing to do with that whatsoever. So there's that. Okay, overextension by Red here, Mr. Wingnut21. Okay, no, he managed to reconnect, so he's fine. This guy is a little bit too far. He's trying to pin down this unit. No, now he changes his mind. Want to try to extricate him. Okay, very nice. Got him out just in the nick of time. Got a nice wrap around along Blue City in the north over here. Right, so Jerry went for a pretty broad offensive, and he's made some pretty good gains actually. It's not bad. You've pushed up to the city here. You've got a massive mismatch in terms of ratio of troops. No, don't pull back. You got to go now. Go now. You get the city, you win basically. Well, theoretically. What I saw earlier is that Red here, he just moved his light units to garrison the cities across the river, and he didn't even take the time to turn them into boats. That's a cause for concern there. I think he too is also a new player. So Blue, just judging by name tags here, he's probably got the most experience in the game. But is actually any good at the game? We're gonna find out. Yes. Okay. Nice. Yes. Very okay. Dangerous. Keeping frontline cities, not garrison. I know you're trying to get some cycling going on, but every now and then it's more prudent to just keep somebody on the front line city and then use the backline cities as the cycling cities to replenish your dots. Nice encirclement. You got the center group there. They're gone. And because blue is being held up by red's massive offensive, yeah, okay, you have opportunity. You have opportunity. Go for it. Because the way the fog of war works in free falls, at least the last time I looked at it, he got the city. Nice. Keep the momentum. Keep the offensive. Get a cutoff here. You can kill this guy without having to retreat through combat, and then go for the city on the north here, near the water, the ocean over there. Once you get that, then it's very easy to refuse the lines to attack red for the end game. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta be real careful. But then he left it, And now you're encircled. You need to be careful here. Okay, red is not wasting any time either. He's going for another full offensive here. I feel a little bit bad for blue here. He just kind of got double teamed straight off the bat. It is what it is. That's War of Dots. Happens in Risk all the time. Right, you need to sort this one out here, Jerry. Like this city right here. How would you go about doing it? I pulled this one light unit on the bottom right here. Swing him around. Right, now red sees that since blue. Oh, what? Okay, if I was playing red, the textbook calculus is very simple. Blue's done for. He's toast. You've managed to snatch a couple of cities off him. Purple is now your main threat. You got to deal with him. And yeah, these are the kind of maneuvers which is getting me a little bit concerned. He's just moving them across the water. Either he doesn't know or he's just not too good on the micro. Okay, yeah, he saw some mistakes there and he pulled them out. Okay, very nice. Ah, this is bad. This is bad because Red's in force over here. This is Jerry's city that he's given up to Blue because of a blunder. But you don't want to give it to Red. That'd not be very good. Oh, what happened in the West here? He gave it up? Oh man. Nah, Jerry, right? Okay. When you see the troop count, right? Bottom right corner, and if you can see the degradation of the dots, you need to put two and two together. Alright? So you know if you just look at the number of troops that are on board for blue, and then you see the health of the dots that you are fighting blue on, that's all the information you need to know. That you just full commit to the offensive, you steamroll, you walk all over him, and then get the cities, then hold on to it. That's right here the biggest blunder that just happened right there, because you've done a very good job of actually keeping your troops very healthy for this. And okay, Red saw the opportunity. He's going for the capital, and he's got the city. Okay, that's not good. That's not good because at the end of the day, it's the cities which are like the most important asset in War of Dots. If there's a deficit in cities, that's usually the game ending. And Blue went. Blue didn't give up. Blue didn't give up, despite the fact that the game's basically over for him. He's just like, you know what? No, screw you. I'm get some cities back. I'm not going down without a fight. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, he took the city and he's held on to it. Okay, we have an offensive by Red trying to take Jerry's city here in the center, which Jerry managed to take back from Blue. And Blue got the other city here in the north. Okay, right. Jerry, all you need to do is just focus on grabbing all the blue cities. All right, and this one here is what I would consider a blue city because that's what he started off with from the get-go. You have massive force concentration in the north here. You've got a mismatch on them. All the advantages are all for you for this, part of the battlefield, this small little campaign which you can start. On the rest of the board, you're doing very well. Oh, nice. Yeah, you manage to micro two fronts at the same time, and you get an encirclement on an armor unit. Yeah, you say you're a new player, but yeah, okay. Strategically, you are still not too sure about some of these things, but on the micro level, you're doing fine. You're doing all right. Okay, yeah, blue just refuses to give up. My man, I need to get a replay from Kuko one of these days, because if this is how he plays his games, I'm pretty sure he's got something good in his replay file somewhere. That would be interesting to see. And he's still going for it, my man. Unfortunate. Vid must be like a very, very brand new player. He's shown through his plays so far that he understands how these games are kind of played. He has shown that part, but I think mechanically he doesn't understand all the core game mechanics. That's what's going on here. I think that he's actually is if he gave put in a little bit more time into the game, he'd be pretty decent. But he just doesn't know what all the rules are because this is like, yeah, I think that's what's going on here. Which I mean, to be honest, is making for a very interesting game. Yep, I like it. So Red is now mounted his counteroffensive. Okay, yeah, Jerry, you finish off this fight in the north here. You get that city, and then you refuse the lines here. You actually do have opportunity to get this city up in the north. Yeah. Problem is that most of it's all your light units. They're all committed to siege up here in the north, and you've got tanks committed in the center here. It needed to be reversed, but of course, this isn't much of a criticism as it is just me analyzing the gameplay. Depending on how the forces were deployed and at what time, honestly, it's completely fine. You had timing issues from the get go, so having the mismatch of the allocation of the proper units here, I think it was all right because you needed to have kept up that momentum over here on the west side, which 10 minutes ago, well, more like 5 minutes ago, was a blunder. You rectified that blunder the second time around when a new opportunity arose. You went for it, completely fine. But it's something to think about whenever you play more games moving forward. It's something to think about. Nice. You redeploy the entire light core back over in the center. You want to switch it out. You want to put the tanks behind and then put the lights in front and then go for it. Just go full send it. I don't know what these probing attacks by Red here he's trying to do. He did some very weird maneuvers just now. Again, he tried to put his units out in the ocean again. Yeah. Okay. So here, more calculation for you, Jerry. You look at the troop count. You're up by almost like 100,000 troops, right? No, and if you look at the health units of your own units, even if you can't see the enemy, which it's the best way to do is when you can see the enemies and your own units, what the health status is. Just by judging by the health that your units are, and you see that you're up by 100,000 troops, that means it's time to attack. Especially on a front like this where you can barely see any of the enemy dots. Now it's time to attack. Just go for it. And okay, nice. A little bit dangerous, but a very, very, you know, high stakes, high gamble maneuver. You managed to get this. This missed opportunity, man. Missed opportunity. I don't think you can quite see it just yet. And yeah, another dot by Red because he was trying to maneuver them through the ocean. There you go. There you go. You see it. Go, 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 go. Mission accomplished. All right. There you go. Good game. I would have recommended you go for the northernmost city, but this right here, because you managed to pull it off, definitely was the better play in terms of getting trades. But the only reason why you got that one off is just because what I said. Red doesn't seem to know all the core mechanics. But like I said, just judging by where he's moving and when he's moving, I think it's fair to say that he does know how to play strategy games of like of this kind, free for all. He can do the calculations of who I need to attack in which points of the game and where. It's just that the micro is non-existent because he just doesn't know what the core mechanics are. That's about it. But because Jerry here is also new himself, he's also done quite a lot of operational strategic level mistakes. It's kind of balanced out all the way up until this point, and yeah, it's just understanding the core mechanics here and the fact that blue kind of got the short end of the stick in the opening there. Yeah, okay, yeah, you saw the offensive, just rolling up forward. Yeah, Red's trying to create a reserve force in the back here. And now he's recommitting them down to the south. Yeah, I don't think he quite understands how it. Yeah, no. At this point, right? If you're from Red's perspective, it's the cities, right? It's the cities that are the most strategically important asset in the whole game. Once there's a deficit in cities, right? Once one player has one more city than the other, and that's the rule of thumb. Basically means that it's over. That's the one thing that's necessary to just snowball out of control. The exceptions, of course, I mentioned in other videos. It's in reality, there's a time window of about 3 minutes or so. Once a city flips, it's not completely over once city flips. If you are able to recapture or equalize the city count by capturing another city from your opponent on another end of the map within 3 minutes or so, that's a situation where you're completely fine. You can still make a comeback from that. Um, that's also assuming that the troop counts are not too drastically in one player's favor. And by too drastic, I'd say around like you can get away with 2-1. You can get away with 2-1 every now and then. But yeah, Anything beyond 2 to 1, probably not gonna happen. But if it's not in a 2 to 1 ratio and you're down like 40,000 troops, but you have 140,000 and the opponent has 100,000, or should I say the other way around? If you're down 40,000 in the 100 to 140,000 situation, that's completely fine. You can totally come back from that by just playing defense. But yeah, okay, nice. I enjoyed that replay. And if you have a replay that you think might be interesting, you can find me on the War of Dots official Discord server. DM me the replay file. Don't forget to tell me what your in-game name is. And just give me a very brief, short description as to why you think the replay might be interesting for me to cast. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see y'all the next one.